Give a round of applause for Madame.
So, they'd like to hear a ghost story, Mr. Armstrong, huh?
Sounds like it, yes.
All right. Well, this is a story, comes from the United States of America. It's one I heard when I was a young girl. These newfangled things. Well, it's about an old lady, much like me, except for one difference: she got sick and she died. Well, now, this old lady didn't have any relatives or close friends nearby, so all the neighbors got together and they hired a grave digger, and they bought her a coffin, and then they laid her out in her best clothes, and they put her on the dining room table, and they all spent the night with her. Well, that was the custom in those days. You know, they didn't want her to be lonely on her first night of being dead. Now, when this old lady died, she died with her eyes popped wide open, staring. And up on the dresser, the neighbors found 2 shiny silver dollars. So they took those coins, they put them on her eyes, kept the eyes closed, and you know, also to pay the ferryman when she crossed over to the other side. Like I said, they all spent the night with her, and the next morning, the preacher came in, he said a prayer, and he left, and then the grave digger come in, because it was time for him to do his job now. So he got the old lady into the coffin, and he looked down, and he saw those silver dollars, and he thought to himself, hey, she doesn't need that money, she's dead. So he plucked up those coins and put them in his pocket. And you know what he saw then, don't you? He saw those big old dead eyes staring up at him. Oh, Lord, he said, I don't like those eyes. So he took the coins back out, put them on her eyes. Anybody here got a silver dollar? Maybe at home? Few of you? Yeah. Well, you know, they're not worth a whole lot these days, but they feel like money, don't they? When you hold a silver dollar in your hand, it's not like one of these little flimsy dimes or these plastic credit card things you all got. No, a silver dollar is money. It's a coin, and his hands love the feel of that money. And so he took those coins before he could even think any more about it, and he plucked them off her eyes, he put them in his pocket, and he slammed the coffin door shut, and he nailed it down, and he said, there, old lady, now you can't see anything. Then he took her down to the cemetery, got her buried as quickly as he could. Come on, you. All right. I went on home, and he took his coins, and he put them in a little tin cup. And when he shook them, they made a cheerful rattling sound. He wasn't feeling too cheerful, though, because all he could see in his mind was those big old eyes staring up at him. Oh, Lordy, I don't like those eyes, he said. Well, that night, the gravedigger went to bed, and as the darkness came on, a wind blew up, and it blew all around the gravedigger's house, and it blew down the chimney, and it made the fire flicker and flare. He lay there in bed, pulled the covers right up to his chin, and he listened to the wind blow and the fire flicker. And then he heard something else. The coins. The coins were rattling all by themselves in their tin cup. He jumped up out of bed. Hey, who's there? Who's got my money? There wasn't anybody there. So he took a big cast iron frying pan and he put them on top of the coins in their cup. There, that'll stop you, he said. Got himself into bed, pulled the covers up to his chin, and lay there listening to the wind blow and the fire flicker and the coins rattling faintly underneath that cast iron frying pan. And then he heard something else, and that something else was a voice, and it was way off in the distance, and it was saying, and the coins rattle, and that voice comes closer. And the wind died down, and the door slammed shut all by itself. Boom! And that grave digger, he got himself back into bed, and he pulled the covers up to his chin, and he said, "I think it's time for me to get into a new line of business."